Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making pressure cooker cheesy stuffed cabbage. Alright guys, I'm starting out here with a pound of lean ground beef. This is 93.7. You want to go with lean because when you're cooking stuff with raw beef that you can't drain the grease off, you don't want greasy or fatty beef. You want to go with the lean. Now I'm going to start by cracking an egg in here. And I've made stuffed peppers before, but this is a different variation, and this is really easy. It has a lot of shortcuts. I have a half of a small onion I diced up fine and a half of a green bell pepper. We're going to throw that in there. And you really don't need a lot because you're only working with 1 pound of ground beef. Now you could double this and put extra beef in. Now I'm going to put in my seasonings. I'm going to go for a teaspoon of salt. I'm eyeballing this, guys. I'm going to go for a half a teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to go for a teaspoon of Italian seasoning and a teaspoon of garlic powder. Now if you like, you could dice up some fresh garlic and put in there instead of this, but this is easier. And garlic powder does flavor things up nice. It's about a teaspoon. Okay, now I'm also going to add in 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and like I said, I'm eyeballing that, guys. That looks like about a cup. And I'm going to add in a half a cup of shredded Italian style cheese. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to blend this all together quick, and then we're going to set this aside. Right now I have my ground beef mixed up and it's set aside. I have 1 large head of cabbage here I boiled up in some salt water just so the leaves got loose and released. And I didn't use the whole head of cabbage, because when you get down so low, you're starting to get into the funky leaves, and we want the good leaves. So I'm going to start the good leaves first. And I'm going to take a paring knife, and you see this little vein here, root or stem? I'm going to go ahead and take my paring knife and trim that back, because that's going to make that easier to roll. And I'll move this cabbage out of the way here so I can show you this. So I'm going to take a little bit of hamburger, about the size of a golf ball, and roll it into an egg shape. We're going to stick that down in there. You want to give it a roll up, fold one side over, the other side over, and then finish rolling it. You want to roll them tight. Now I'm going to finish rolling these all up, set them here on my cookie sheet. When I have them all rolled up, then we'll get the pressure cooker. Right now they have all my stuffed cabbage rolled up. And I got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 of them. Like I said, if you have a larger family, you could use 2 heads of cabbage, and you could use 2 pounds of ground beef and just season it accordingly. I have a 24-ounce jar of pasta sauce, and I'm just using the traditional flavor. I'm going to put a little bit down on the bottom of my pressure cooker. And I have a few leftover leaves. We're going to line them on the bottom, because what that's going to do is if anything's going to burn, that'll burn first rather than our stuffed cabbage, which it probably won't, and they're good eaten by themselves with that sauce. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my stuffed cabbage in there, and I'm going to put it with the rolled up seam down. That'll help hold that together. You just want to load these all in here, guys. And I would say a serving size is about 2 per person. If you're a child, 1, or if you're a big large man, maybe 3. You just want to layer them in there. Okay, now I'm going to take my jar of sauce. I'm going to dump that down over top. And you can use any flavor of pasta sauce you like. I just went with the traditional. Now I'm going to take this jar and I'm going to fill it halfway with water. You don't want to use as much water with this. I just dropped my lid, so I won't be using that. You don't want to use as much water with this as you do with pasta, because these stuffed cabbage aren't going to drink this up. I might even go with 1/4 of a jar. I'll take a look at it after I have it down in here. Yeah, I think 1/4 of a jar will be fine, because they're going to put out some moisture on their own. Now I'm going to seal my lid on here. And I'm going to set this to pressure cook for 18 minutes on high pressure. Then I'll do a quick release of the pressure when they're done. Alright guys, these are done. I did that quick release of the pressure. Now I had to do things a little different than I originally said in the beginning of the video. I had to take them cabbage leaves off the bottom of the Instant Pot because they started to scorch and it said burn on the Instant Pot and shut it off. So I took all my stuffed cabbage out before I came up to pressure. Took that cabbage off the bottom, put my cabbage back in. So when you do this, put your sauce in first and then put your stuffed cabbage in on top of the sauce. Another thing I did is I added 2 jars of sauce and a total of a half a jar of water. These are done now. Let's go ahead and fix up a plate and see what we got. Guys, I went ahead and topped these with a little more of that Italian blend cheese. Let me get in here and cut in this. They're nice and tender. The beef is cooked through. Give that a taste. Hot. That's really cheesy, well seasoned with those spices. Try a little bit of the cabbage. Cabbage is nice and tender, infused with the flavor of that tomato sauce. Alright, there you have it, guys. Pressure cooker cheesy stuffed cabbage. Give it a try. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see ya.